Okay, so to everyone, this is gonna be kind of a weird series where we're gonna primarily it's gonna be me and Caroline.
Yep.
I'm Nick, by the way.
Oh yeah, we haven't introduced ourselves. This is Nick.
And this is Caroline.
I'm Caroline, as a fact.
And we're gonna play some Link to the Past. But this series is gonna be a little bit weird, just in that it's gonna primarily be us, but then we could have either the Beej Rangers on or whatever special guests, and this is gonna be in longer episode format. So this one's gonna be like 30 minutes. And we're gonna do it after every series from Beej Danger. That's me and Caroline.
Yeah, we're
so like so after I'll give it a little explanation of what Beej Danger is, I guess. This episode.
It's a very weird explanation.
But so like this is coming right after we finish Star Fox Path 2. So yeah. So let's get right into it. Let's go.
Let's roll. Rock and roll.
Help me, please help me. I'm a prisoner in the dungeon of the castle. My name is Zelda.
That's a good. I like consistency.
Right? The wizard, Aghanim, has done something to the other missing girls. Now only I remain. That voice is getting annoying to hear, I'm sure, for many of you.
Yeah.
Aghanim has seized control of the castle. Now he's trying to open the 7 Wise Men seal. Ellipse. I am in the dungeon of the castle. Please help me.
So like, this is like some sort of telepathic communication with
Princess Zelda.
With Princess Zelda. She's just like sending out brain messages to the world.
Brain.
But like to specifically this kid, like I don't know, this is like a child, right?
Yeah, this is I can't be older than 12. Our blue-haired uncle just left us in our house with our jars, I guess, and
there's only one bed.
Is this
Do you
a fireplace?
share this bed with your uncle?
I've never even thought about that. I haven't ever heard anyone bring that up. I guess that would be how it is.
That's how it is, I think. That's how it was going on in medieval times. Everyone in the family would share a bed, and then if, like, people would pay you to, like, stay in your house for a night, and then they would also, like, share your bed with you and your whole family.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that...
Yeah.
Okay, so this big guard has a big shield. I'm gonna avoid him, go right. So I've played this game before.
Yeah,
I know what I'm doing. I've played this many a time. This is one of my favorite-ish games. I really enjoy it. So we're following back to this. Oh, look, a conspicuous little thing that is surrounded.
And then jump in it.
Jump in,
and
or fall in it.
More like fall, because you look quite spooked when you fell.
Spook is a good term.
I do.
Help me. I'm in this dungeon.
This is more telepathic communication with Zelda.
She's sending out brain messages. Castle, garden, inside. Okay, so she's somewhere.
And here.
Beej, I don't want you involved in this. But you can focus power into the blade. Hold the B button, then release the secret technique. Zelda is your... He doesn't tell us what Zelda is.
Yep, we're like, Zelda is your... Zelda could be anything.
Zelda could be our mom.
Zelda could be... He could be like, Zelda's your mom. Zelda's your cousin. Zelda's your neighbor.
Zelda's
the princess,
owner.
if you didn't know. Zelda is your acquaintance. Your destiny.
Zelda is your destiny.
Your
my
betrothed.
My betrothed.
My
wife to be.
You're already your wife. You're already married.
Oh, I guess so.
Zelda, yeah, I think
at the age of 12.
Go with that.
Well,
at the age of 12, like we were talking about, it's quite medieval timesy.
Yeah, we have swords and shields and stuff.
Swords and shields.
And castles and knights.
Yeah, leading me to believe that's quite medieval timesy. So, based off my knowledge of the medieval times from the awesome book A World Lit Only by Fire, which I learned many things about medieval times, such as it was gross.
Such as it was gross, and they pooped in buckets.
Yeah, it was super gross. Everything was just throw that thing at it. Yeah, you can throw pots at them, like
in the medieval times.
They definitely would do that in medieval times. Medieval times, like I said, quite gross.
Quite.
And then it was like the Renaissance. Still, people are just like being murdered all the time. Everyone's murdered.
I remember, I forget what artist it was, but there was a story about an artist who like, so he killed a guy who slept with his wife.
Obviously, as you do.
And then he was just like, everyone was like, Okay, that's fine. That's fine. What? He was a scumbag for sleeping with your wife.
Yep. Obviously.
And I forget if he killed his wife or not.
Probably, and then they were like, "Well, that was
That
a good
one
call
was
too."
I
No,
mean, if she
they
was
would-
cheating on you.
They were definitely super supportive of that. They're like,
Definitely.
"Murder everyone."
Kill everyone in sight.
Yeah, if anyone like moderately slights you just because they made a decision you didn't like, it's totally
Such
within
as
your.
sleeping with your wife.
Yeah, it was totally within your right just to murder them in the most gruesome way possible.
Yeah, but fun thing about artists, I took a course on art history.
Yeah.
I took an AP art history, and let me just say, artists are some of the most conceited, rude people,
Yep.
at least in history, that you could ever think to meet.
A boomerang.
I got a boomerang. Boomerang. Boomerang.
Boomerang.
All right, I got this boomerang. I can throw it. It'll come back to me. It's like a yo-yo ball. Yo-yo ball.
Nah,
Do you remember the yo-yo ball?
no. What is a yo-yo ball?
Yo-yo ball. There was like this toy.
You would throw it and it would bounce back to you?
No. It was a ball with a string on it, and I guess like a reel.
Uh-huh.
So like it would reel back into your hand wherever you throw. And I just the
like
jingle of it.
regular
is-
yo-yo.
Yeah, but like you wouldn't have to pull up. The jingle of it was just always stuck in
So
my
it
head
required
when I was
no
younger.
skill.
It required no skill. It was for us special kids, as it were. But
Ooh, fight this guy.
I remember
This
it
makes sense
because
as a tool.
when I was younger, I watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z, but my parents didn't feel like buying me the tapes, like the VHS tapes. Oh wait, I'm almost gonna die.
Yeah.
My parents didn't feel like buying me the VHS tapes, so they would give me.
See, the pot is the most effective weapon.
The pot is
It
so.
destroys them.
It really does. I don't think I would have won if not for that pot. I'm gonna steal this money before I talk to you. Thank you, Beej. I had a feeling you were getting close. But quick end of that story was my brother had a friend who would just record me Dragon Ball Z on VHS,
Yeah.
and that's where I watched them. And it would have all the commercials from like the early 2000s. So
Yeah.
I'd watch like Dragon Ball over and over again, and just
You
the
didn't
commercial
just
for
watch
Yo-Yo
it
Ball
on
stuck in my head.
TV?
No, because I didn't know when it was on. I think it was it was on too late at
Inhuman
night.
Fiend.
Yes, I understand. I didn't
previously
forget
spoke
anything
about
she said.
fiend.
Fiend in
As a
throwback to
word.
Star Fox. Go watch Star Fox.
Check out the etymology of the word fiend if
In
you want.
Star Fox.
Quite a medievally term, which makes more sense in this setting than when Pepe said it.
Then when Pepe said it.
Yeah, he was just like fiend.
But yeah, so that's the end of that story.
Yeah.
And then now back to Beej. The term Beej.
Oh yeah,
Because
you,
you
wanna
may
explain that?
you may be confused by the term Beej danger
yeah, it's
as
quite
to whether it is the danger is in receiving or giving the Beej.
Yeah.
Beej is blowjob. That's a term.
Yeah,
That's a term that means blowjob.
yeah.
Also known as head or dome, as I have been informed.
Or
lately.
quite medically, oral sex.
Oral sex.
Which is not when you talk while having sex. which some people believe.
Really?
Or
Do you have
children believe.
Oh,
someone
I
believes.
thought you were like, I have a friend who believes that.
Yep, does it all the time.
Oh, jeez. But anyway, so the term Beej danger is in that. So Beej refers in Urban Dictionary
Yeah.
to
Well, actually, to take the beej, I believe is
to
the,
take the Beej, I
is
guess,
the phrase.
is to so
Because
taking
when I googled it to figure out why the heck that was our name.
because it was the name that I was like, hey, this is what we're called. Without really conferring with you, it was so a Beej is one that you give to someone because they're not particularly attractive and you don't want to feel guilty about like not giving them any sexual pleasure by having sex with them.
Yeah.
So a Beej is like your way out.
Yeah.
So it's like
So
I
escape.
took the Beej. That's
Yeah.
what it is. So my idea of Beej danger is that people are constantly in danger, and our goal is to save the world as superheroes by performing sexual favors with our mouths.
Yeah.
So
Which is, makes
Not-
total sense. In the
it makes
context of this.
it makes
Yeah.
sense in the context of this. So
Yeah. as you can tell, it's like clearly what's occurring right now.
Right now, we're both receiving we're both giving blowjobs.
Yep.
While talking.
We're pretty good at talking.
Yes, there are third and fourth people in this room.
You don't know about them. They're quite dangerous people.
They're dangerous, so we're just kind of trying to satiate their need for their sexual appetite,
Right.
so that you, our
Which
lovely viewers,
Yeah.
are not in danger.
Yeah.
The Beej danger.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
so that's kind of what that is.
Yeah. So
We're kind of burning ass through this, or is that
Yeah.
a term? Is burning ass?
it's totally not a term.
Burning rubber? Is that
No.
one? Hauling ass? Burning rubber
I mean,
and hauling
burning
ass.
rubber. Yeah, I guess you could say that you're going fast.
Yes, I'm
I was
doing
gonna
this
say that we
quickly,
were just like
is what I'm
burning
saying.
through both the storyline of this and through our conversation topics. We actually never run out of conversation.
Yeah,
topics.
because you see, we're great at improvisation.
Well, I never stop talking.
I
Just when no
mean,
one's there, I still keep talking.
That's. I'm sorry.
I have fake interviews with myself. I'm always like, what would reporters ask me? Psych, they would never ask me anything.
Because I'm not interested.
I'm in no way interesting. But if I were,
Just in case that ever comes up.
what would I say? And I'd be like, man, here's a dumb story. And they fictional people would be like, that's great. When real people would be like, shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up. Why are you talking to me right now?
Get away, you
You
freak.
cretin. Cretin is a good
Cretin,
word.
fiend, villain.
Villain.
That's what Shakespeare liked to call people, villains.
Hey,
Be like,
speaking
get
of-
away here.
Speaking
you
of
villain."
Shakespeare, we haven't talked about Shakespeare yet, of which we are both fans.
Oh, we're such big Shakespeare fans, which I don't know you'd expect, but we are.
Well,
Actually, you're like, these people are losers. Of course they're Shakespeare fans.
Of course, Shakespeare sucks, but he doesn't. He's so well worded. I'm a super big fan of anything, of
Yeah.
like linguistics and rhetoric in
Yeah.
general, which I don't know. That's just something that's always like drawn my attention. And Shakespeare's
is
very.
quite the linguistic genius. He's essentially credited with creating the modern English language.
Which I mean, hey,
Which
fair
I'm
enough.
always confused how people understood anything he said though. Like he would just say weird words that no one had ever heard before, and was like, "This is now a word," and then people would be like, "Oh, okay, I guess we from the context of the sentence understand what you're saying." But like, there are words that we now get and phrases that we now understand, but like at the time, no one had ever used them before.
Do you think he ever just like made up a word?
No, he totally did. That's all he did all the time. He's just like, "Man, this is a word now," and then like people were like, "What?" Okay, Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. But specifically when talking about Shakespeare, I really enjoy Macbeth.
Yeah,
That is an amazing
Which is-
one.
bizarrely the name of a planet.
In Star Fox.
And
We'll
Star
get to
Fox.
that later. But I love Macbeth. I think that's a great.
Ooh, it is.
It's such
phenom.
It is a great story. It is phenom. It is a great story.
So it's about a psycho who decides to listen to weird witches who appear as if they came from a bubble.
Moral
in
of the
earth.
story. Moral of the story, by the way, don't talk to strangers or listen to their advice.
Yeah, just like some,
Because they'll tell you to kill your king. And
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, but I like him. And they're like, no, but if you want to be king, you gotta go murder him.
and you're like, well, I kind of want to be king, I guess, because he's kind of rich, but like I really like this guy.
Yeah, and they're like, but you want to be king, everybody, you gotta have some ambition, man. He's like, I guess I do have some of that.
And then his wife,
And then his wife's like, dude, you gotta become the king. 'cause-"
stop being a puss.
Yeah, stop being a total loser. Because like I would do it, but
Because
I can't,
if you don't
'cause
stop
I'm
being
a lady.
She was like, yeah, she basically emasculated him.
Yeah,
Was
he-
like, are you not a man?
Yeah, and he was like, I do all that becomes a man. And then she's like, nah, you don't, because you said you would kill him, now you won't, loser.
Loser. And he's like, "Ugh, that's so tragic."
Yeah.
That night when like they're all in Shakespeare, or
Yeah.
in Macbeth, there's a night where like everyone's all at dinner.
Yeah, they're all
at-
partying, and
at-
like, Macbeth's freaking out, because
Macbeth's
he's like
freaking out
planning
because
to
he's
murder
like,
someone.
and he's like got his moment of doubt where he's like, I don't really want to kill King Duncan.
Yeah.
He's a totally
But then,
cool
then King Duncan's like, check it out, I don't know why this is a surprise, but my son's gonna be my successor. And then he's like, oh no, so I'm not gonna be your successor, which was weird to expect.
Because I'm just your knight, a really good knight.
Yeah. Who you really like, give me a promotion, but You made your son your heir? No,
Even
now I
though-
gotta murder everybody.
Here's the other thing is
Yeah.
Macbeth gets so power hungry because he gets jacked up in the standings.
Yeah.
He's like, he becomes, yes, I understand, I didn't read anything you said.
Yeah.
Oh, basically, by the way, for the story real quick, we just kidnapped Zelda from the castle, saved her life from Aghanim. Aghanim's trying to gather the seven sages' descendants, which
Yeah.
just also happen to be females. Zelda's gonna hang here in Sanctuary, not
Yeah.
the Sanctuary, it's called Sanctuary.
It looks like a church.
It looks like a church. They probably couldn't call it church because of good
Copyright
issues
something.
with good Christian values.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where we are on the story. I'm heading to town, Kakariko Village, to find sriracha sauce.
Yep.
And basically there,
You guys read the things, we didn't, but
Yeah,
we played it.
I was kind of mashing through it really fast. Sorry, but this beginning part is not the most entertaining to me just because I played it a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're headed to town to find sriracha sauce.
Gotta go talk to a boy.
Gotta go talk to a boy
about a wizard.
About
a grandpa.
About his grandpa, Sriracha.
And or the grandpa of everyone.
Yeah, the granddaddy. Oh. And this is the boy. This is said boy. So
he's definitely an elf. Look at his pointy ears.
Yeah. Hi, Beej. Elder, are you talking about the grandpa?
Yeah, he's the grandpa. Like, he's all these people's grandpa. He's like your grandpa. He's everybody's grandpa.
The grandpa. He's hiding in a palace to the east. I will mark the spot on your map. Here you are. And then, look at this.
That's where you are.
There's the spot. It's an X.
It seems really far away, but it's such a quick to get
It's quite a quick walk. But yeah, so we're just in town. I think there's a shops area. But anyway, back to Macbeth.
Yeah.
Because that's what I really enjoy.
That's what you're here for, guys. Not this game we're playing.
Oh, this guy's gonna sell me a bottle.
Oh, awesome.
Never mind, he's not because I don't have 100 rupees. Never mind.
Oh, we made a joke about how they're rubies, but like they for some reason spelled them wrong as rupees.
And yeah, does this take place in India or not? But guess what? It doesn't.
I was like, definitely doesn't look like India.
This is
a hangout for a gang of thieves?
Yeah, that's good picking up on that because that'll come back to us later on in this playthrough.
They just live in that little grass building.
Yeah. But anyway, actually back to Macbeth.
Okay.
What were you even saying about Macbeth?
We like Macbeth. Okay, you were talking about the scene where he's freaking out because everyone's at the party and he leaves the party.
Oh yeah, Duncan had just kind of upgraded his status so that he was now like
he was a Thane of another bigger region. Like he was already a Thane.
He was the Thane of Glans now, right?
Yeah.
Or Glams.
Glams. Yes.
Glamis.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Glams.
but something to that effect. He is now the Thane of that.
Yeah.
So he like already got a crazy promotion, which is like, oh, thank you, King, for rewarding me for fighting valiantly in the field. And then he's like, well, but now I should murder the king. But like he really loves his king, which is really tragic. But then his wife is like, you're not a man, you're a puss.
Yeah.
And she basically picks on him until he's like, oh, I guess you're right. I gotta be a man and kill my king who I love.
Yep. That's done.
So it's kind of shitty position for him because he's just kind of doomed to fail, which is another thing about Shakespeare. He really dooms a lot of his characters to fail with their tragic hero flaws.
Yeah, I really dig tragic heroes.
I do too. I'm a big fan.
Like, who wants the hero who always wins? I want the guy who's like, you know what? I'm gonna be awful now. Oh no, it came back to bite me because usually people don't like it when you're awful.
Right? That's why I'm not a fan of Captain America, at least in the Avenger movies.
Yeah.
I haven't really, and in the second Captain America movie, I have not seen the first or the new one, Civil War.
The first one, I was like too excited for, so it was like super disappointing.
Oh, that's the worst. I'm sorry.
I was like, oh, this sucks.
This is the worst. But I'm not a fan of Captain America, just for the sheer fact that he's just really boring and he's just the poster child of like, I'm a good guy, I'm fighting for all that is good in the world, and I'm just a hero who will do what is right. Whereas, like, with Iron Man...
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's, like, a level of exhaustion among the main population of people who are like, I'm so done with anti-heroes, and they're all having problems. But,
yeah, like, but anti-heroes are interesting.
I'm a big angst fan, so...
Yeah, I'm really a fan of, like, 6th grade poetry, you know?
I am.
And Evanescence, Papa Roach, you know, all the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Just like when people are just really like, my life is terrible.
My life is terrible.
It's great.
I like when people are
specifically like Iron Man. He's his own worst enemy.
Oh, really, Beej? I'm surprised a young man like you. Yeah, I'm a fan of Iron Man just because, like, I don't know. He deals with, like, he's the smartest and he's like a billionaire, but then, like, he deals with actually being a regular, like, not a regular person. But my favorite superhero of all is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because his life sucks. Everyone he cares about dies.
And it's mainly his fault.
And it is mainly his fault because he's like, the story's all about him being a hero who has to rise to the responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sriracha Sauce is telling us he'll give us a magical artifact
if we do a thing.
If we do a thing. So we're gonna go do that thing.
We're gonna do a thing. You guys know how Zelda's played.
You guys, Sriracha Sauce always tells us stuff to do.
He's like, do a thing, and then we're like, fine.
Fine, I guess, Sriracha.
Sriracha Sauce, you want us to do a thing.
Crazy. Oh, I just got arrows. That's nice.
He's like a crazy old man or the grandpa.
Or the grandpa. He is definitely the grandpa, but...
Reminds me a lot of Pokemon. I feel like this game is very similar to, in animation, to the, like, DS Pokemon game.
Yeah.
What I would play, like, the Game Boy Advance. It's similar that you had to, like, go upstairs. So, like, that was always more frustrating. There would be, like, you can't get up anywhere on these hills. You could only go down.
Oh, talking about Pokemon, especially for the Game Boy Advance. I, for the longest time, when I would play video games, I did not read things. So I would not read things. I would just kind of go through and mash the A button and be like, okay, well, this is how I do. And that's how I thought you played games, was without reading.
Reading's for losers.
And reading is for losers. Except I actually enjoy reading. I recently read a book, which I enjoyed.
You read a book
What?
At one point. Clearly, guys, I never read. Don't take anything from the fact that I was just quoting Shakespeare. Like,
Don't take anything.
Super familiar with the plot of Macbeth.
Yeah, no worries, guys. We're not losers who read. Yeah, the people you're watching they're interesting and they don't read, and we're unintelligent. No, but what was I saying? I'm sorry, I'm super bad at remembering things.
You didn't read anything.
I don't.
Like not even like reading books. You didn't read.
Well, I knew how to read words. I knew how to read words.
Yeah.
So like, if I saw the word like fantastic, I was like, I could sound it out and like read it and be like, oh, that's fantastic. And I assumed that's how everyone read. Yeah. Because in movies, you see all like adults and stuff, or like in anything, you see people like reading through things and their eyes just kind of move across the page really fast. What's this? Beej Sarasala.
It's like a computer for some reason.
Computer stone.
It's like truly a computer.
You can treasure in this hidden palace. Okay.
Pretend that's not a computer.
Yeah, I think it's a computer. But so I would think like for that thing I just read, like I would just mash A and like I would read a word and like look at the words and be like, that's what that word is, but I would not understand sentence structure and I would not put any of the words together. So I just didn't read anything.
You missed the fairies in the hole.
There are fairies?
Remember?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna wait for the fairies because I don't have anything for the fairies.
Okay.
And I'll show you guys that later.
Yeah.
But what was I saying?
I was gonna interrupted you.
I'm so bad at remembering things.
Terrible.
It's okay. I was talking about Pokemon, how I didn't read anything. For the longest time, my brother's a lot older than me. He's like 17 years older than me. So I played a lot of Super Nintendo when I grew up, despite growing up in being born in the late 90s. So I played a lot of like RPGs, like Final Fantasy III for the Super Nintendo, which that game is cool, but like I could never really understand it. With this game, I would turn it on and the opening menu, like the Triforce kind of spirals in, and I just would turn it on and then turn it off and like reset it over and over so that I could watch them spiraling in, and I would be like, I'm in control of this. This is amazing. Like that was like rocket science to me. So I thought that was something that I was a really big fan of in games. So I would do that. But in Pokemon, I
Yeah.
would never be able to get past a certain place because I believe it was Pokemon Sapphire.
Yeah.
There's like after the second gym and third gym, you have to like get a Pokemon to know Surf, and I didn't know how to do that because I would just mash buttons and not read any menus, and I wasn't aware that there were menus, so it was just kind of a mess. So we got the big key. This is the master key of the dungeon. It can open locks that many small keys cannot, like that big one up there.
Yeah.
How appropriate of the name, Big Key.
Just a giant key.
Look at it, dude. This would be unwieldy to carry around.
Yeah.
But, so I would always play games, not read them. So I would need my brother to like, I was like, Ben, how do I do this? Like, I can't get past this part. And he's like, Nick, can't you see everyone is telling you to go to like one spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, ooh, secrets, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, I'm
Here's
not
the
reading
fairies
it,
that I talked
Ben.
about.
I can read, but I'm not reading, Ben. And this is my other brother.
Because reading is for losers.
Reading is for losers, Ben. Do you think I'm a loser? And then he was like, yes.
You're
So
clearly a loser.
you're clearly the worst loser I've ever met. Oh, continue game. I just want to equip the bow. There we go. Avoid these guys. Oh, hey. Oh, no. None of this.
their heads
None of
are
this.
chasing
None of
you.
this. That's creepy.
I'm a head skeleton, man.
Is that your impression of a head skeleton?
That's what they were saying, specifically.
I'm a head skeleton.
That would be pretty spooky, actually, I think.
I think so. I mean, if an actual skull just kind of talked to us.
Skull was just going, I'm a head skeleton, chasing me. I'd be like, I'd just run.
I think, yeah. I don't know. These guys are just so cartoony and cute. I don't know if I could find it in my heart to say no to them. To say, like, stop chasing me.
This is funny, actually. I think we have a relatable relationship with reading words. Actually, I didn't learn how to read until second grade.
Oh.
This seems really strange, right? To anyone who's met me, they're like, what? You couldn't
But you
read?
seem so well
You
read.
seem well read. I read many, many books. I can tell you the plot of every book I have ever read. I just couldn't figure out what words were, like letters. I was just like, what is it? I was like, I knew the alphabet, but I actually thought it was wrong because like I was like, the alphabet song is wrong because M is in it twice. And
Wait, what?
there's no N. And
LNNMOP? Or is that how you thought it was?
I went, okay, no, I thought there was two O's for some reason, and there was no N, because I just never pronounced the N. So I knew that N existed. I was just like, this song is stupid and wrong, also. But then I just didn't know what the letters meant. I was just like, I didn't know how to pronounce them. I was like, they were like, how do you pronounce L? And I was like, L. And they were like, no, but like when it's written, I was like, it's just still L.
So yeah, you would like read the words without
I would
actually
just be like,
understanding what they were.
H, B, and they'd be like, no, you just like, it makes sounds and then it forms words. And I was just like, yeah, I get words. I just don't understand how that is a word. It's a thing on a paper and a word is a sound.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I was like, I had a great vocabulary too. And
Probably using 5-syllable words like vocabulary.
yeah, I knew vocabulary as a word because they were like, your vocabulary is like a college freshman. And I was like, thanks. So I guess my vocabulary, if it has grown at all since I was a kindergartner.
Which I would hope it has.
I believe it actually has, because I frequently just say words and people just are like, what does that mean? I'm like, guys, I've just been reading Into Thin Air by John Krakauer, and like every page there's a word I have never seen in my life.
Guys, I just beat the first bosses.
You destroyed bosses.
I destroyed bosses.
Yes, victory.
Look at that. And now we're gonna get this green pendant.
Now we get a green pendant, and we've accomplished our first mission.
We've accomplished our first mission in Zelda, A Link to the Past. We're gonna go back to Sriracha Sauce real quick, where he'll give us our magic item, and then we're gonna wrap up this episode.
Yep.
But yeah, so lots done today. Probably in the next ones, I'll be paying attention more to the words that are on the screen. I've been through this part so many times that it's just kind of redundant to have to go through it and like read it slowly. So I'm sorry
but I think
to all of our 6 viewers.
Yeah.
for going
Ourselves.
through, for all of us. I'm sorry, Caroline and Nick and Shigeru watching this in the future.
Yeah.
For not reading things. But you got the Pendant of Courage. Now I will tell you more of the legend.
He really
3 or
didn't
4
think he would do
generations.
that.
Okay, we don't actually need to know
So
any
long, complicated backstory.
of this. 7 wise men, descendants of heroes. A hero must appear. Carry this with you. I'm trying to get these
Here
pendants
is
so that I
boots.
can get the Master Sword.
Yeah.
I just got the Pegasus boots. I can do a devastating dash. I'm gonna show you guys right now
First you have to
what that
get
looks
rid of
like.
those pots, because
First I
pots
get-
are super heavy.
Bam, devastating dash.
Bam.
And then I can get bombs.
Yeah, so like this is, if anyone wants to play Zelda, this playthrough I may reveal things to you that you've never known about. Like, I don't know if everyone knows that you can smash that hole.
Or jump into those pots in that dungeon.
Because Shigeru was watching
A while ago.
A while ago, because we did this another time.
And it didn't work. But
And was like, what? You can jump in the hole under the pot and find fairies?
and I know a few things about this game.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. But
Yeah.
yeah, so with that, I guess we
Yeah,
will
sign
call
off?
this we'll sign off. We'll call this a playthrough, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Tomorrow's episode will not be more Link to the Past, but
It'll be
something else entirely different. So this will come just as a recap after we finish like any I guess milestones or
Yeah.
landmarks. So we finished the Star Fox thing. So I guess Shigeru, end cue when I do a little sword spin. So this is the end cue.
Cue the end. That was a good sound. Thank you.
Thank you. I tried. I hope it clipped the audio. So yeah.